Alright guys, so I'm on here just to go over our work from Monday. So those of you, or actually Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday's questions. So after the video on Monday, you had one question. On Tuesday, you had a question. And then on Wednesday, you had a question. So this is going to be our review before your test on Friday. So after you go through this and you review your work to see what you did right, what you did wrong, if you have any questions, please send me a message on Class Dojo so that I can help you prepare before you take this test, because it's going to be really important. It's only 3 questions, so that means that we can't miss anything if we really want to pass, okay? So I have really good faith in you. I know you'll do well. So like I said, if you have any issues, any problems, any questions, concerns, please send me a message. So again, here you can look at your anchor chart as a review, press pause, look at it, copy it, do whatever you need to do. Even if you need it to help you for your test on Friday, you may use it as well. So we're going to go into our first question, which was, the large square represents one whole. Haley shaded a decimal number in the square as shown, which shows the value of Haley's number rounded to the nearest tenth, which sounds just like one of our problems that we had on Monday. So we first need to know how much is shaded here. We have 1 full long, 2 full longs, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 full longs. Our longs represents our tenths. And our units represent our, you got it, our hundredths. And so if we have 8 longs, that means that we don't have any wholes. So we need to put a 0 in the ones place. We need to put an 8 in the tenths place. How many hundredths do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So we have 6 hundredths. We need to put our 6 in the hundredths place. So the question is, which shows the value rounded to the nearest tenth? So a lot of you probably wanted to pick D. That is the number, but has it been rounded? No. So we need to round it to the nearest hundredth. So we need to mark off D because that's already an incorrect answer. I'm going to underline the place value we're rounding to, which is 8, and box the number behind it. Is it 4 or less or 5 or more? It is 5 or more. So what does it tell us we have to do? Great. We need to add 1 more to the number in front. If we add 1 more to the 8, what does that number become? Great. It becomes 9. And what happens to the 6? We either put a 0 or we can drop it, right? So our answer choice either needs to be 90 hundredths or it needs to be 9 tenths. Which of those answer choices do we have below? C would be our correct answer. Please take a moment to check your work and make any necessary corrections. And I'm going to go ahead and go to the next problem. Arnold is saving money to purchase a new video game. His mom reminds him to include sales tax. Arnold uses a calculator and finds that he must save a total of $56,987,000. Oh my gosh, that number sounds so crazy, right? I know, because we don't have money that goes out to the thousandths place. So the question is, which shows this amount rounded to the nearest cent? So how far do our numbers go when we have money? To the hundredths place. So when it asks for the nearest cent, that also means to the nearest, you got it, to the nearest hundredths. Tenths would just be our dimes. And then if we go out more, that would be our quarters that we could start using because we have 2 place values out there. So we're going to take $56.98 with that 7, right? We want to round it to the nearest hundredths. So our hundredths place would be here, because our 5 is in the tens, and our 6 is in the ones, and our 9 is in the tenths, our 8 is in the, you got it, it's the hundreds, and the 7 is in the thousands. Good. So what we do need is only our hundreds, and then we need to box the number that is behind it to see if it's 4 or less or 5 or more. Is 7 higher than 4 or higher than 5 or lower than 5? Absolutely. It is more, so that means we must add one more. Add one more to the 8. And so that means that our number would become $56.99. What do we do with the 7? We mark it off, because we're not going to the thousands place anymore. We're just going to the hundreds place. So G would be the correct answer. Please take a moment, pause it, rewind it, go back through it, correct your work. And like I said, if you have any questions going forward, please send me a message. All right, we're going to go to the last problem, which is your problem from Wednesday. It says that a weather station's location was rounded to 11 hundredths, right? 11 hundredths kilometers above sea level, Which of the following could represent the actual location of the weather station in kilometers above sea level? So that's another question that sounds just like something I worked on Monday. It has already been rounded. 0.11 is the answer. Already rounded. So that means we have to figure out which one of these numbers has, if you round it to the nearest what place? Since this number goes out to the hundredths, that means that these numbers were rounded to the hundredths place and gave us this answer. So if we take letter choice A, 117, and underline the hundredths place, we're going to take 105 thousandths and underline the hundredths place. We can take 0.102, which is 102 thousandths, underline the hundredths place. We can take the 1 and 115 thousandths and underline the ones place. Well, why did I do that? Because if this answer, this has been rounded already, and this number, this is our tenths and then hundredths. It goes to the hundredths place. So we want to find the number. We want to find which of these 4 numbers, when rounded to the hundredths place, actually gives us 0.11. And so I have the hundredths place underline on all of these. We want to circle the 7 and ask, is it 4 or less or 5 or more? It's 5 or more, which means we have to, let me switch colors. That means that we must add one more to that second one, which would give us the answer 0.12. Is that what we're looking for? No, so it can't be A. We want to do the same thing here. For 102 thousandths, if you circle the 2, is it 4 or less or 5 or more? It's less than 5, which means that is crossed off and this will stay the same. So this answer is just going to be 0.10 or 10 hundredths. So that's not the answer choice we're looking for. So C definitely can't be right either. And if you circle the last one, the 5, and look at the number in front of it, it's 5, 4 or less or 5 or more. 5 or more. So that means we must add one more here, and our answer would become 1 and 112 hundredths, which obviously is way off. We don't want that answer choice either. So the answer must be B. So let's just double check. We're going to circle our 5 and ask the question, is it 4 or less or 5 or more? It's 5 or more. So that means we must add one more to the 0. If we do that, our number becomes 0.11. and we can cross off the 5, and that is the number that we are looking for. So B would be the correct answer. Guys, that's a tricky question, and you have one very similar to it on your test. So I suggest that you press pause, you rewind, you go back, work the problem yourself, and make sure that you really, really understand what you just did. And if you do not, send me a question and I will work another problem for you if I need to. But you have problems just like this from today, on this video, and from Monday's video. Please go back and watch it and practice. I will see you guys next week whenever I record a new video. And like I said, if you have any questions, send me your questions on Class Dojo and I'll be happy to help you. All right, talk to you later.